Enter a world of enchantment, of enlightenment, Meg's magical mansion.
Come, whoever you are, to Meg's Magical Mansion, a virtual guest house for spiritual wayfarers, a place where the ordinary becomes magical, where wisdom is yours for the asking, and where your higher nature is just a wish away. Thank you for joining us here today at Meg's Magical Mansion. I'm Meg, and this is my delightful parlor maid, Parfait.
Charm.
And here in my lap is my beautiful assistant, Miss Alice Poopers. So, we're so glad everyone's here today. Do you know what we're talking about today, Parfait?
No, I have no idea.
Today's topic is mindfulness.
Oh, I love being mindful, just paying attention to all those things around you. What was it again?
Yes, so I'm so glad Parfait is here and all the rest of you, because we're going to help you find ways to be fully present in each and every moment of your day. Stick around, and we have a giveaway. Well, Alice Poopers, I guess that means that it's time once again for words of wisdom. And do you know where our words of wisdom are coming from today, Poops? Today, our words of wisdom are coming to us from two different people. First, John Kabat-Zinn, and also from Thich Nhat Hanh. And these are two people who have been pioneers in the field of mindfulness. So sit back and relax, and let's enjoy some inspirational quotes about mindfulness. Some quotes from John Kabat-Zinn. The little things, the little moments, they aren't little. Mindfulness is a way of befriending ourselves and our experience. The best way to capture moments is to pay attention. This is how we cultivate mindfulness. And a few words from Thich Nhat Hanh. To think in terms of either pessimism or optimism oversimplifies the truth. The problem is to see reality as it is. The present moment is the only time over which we have dominion. The feeling that any task is a nuisance will soon disappear if it is done in mindfulness. Well, I hope you enjoyed those quotes. They were very inspirational, and we're going to learn a little bit more coming up about John Kabat-Zinn. Anyway, today our topic is mindfulness, and I think mindfulness has become kind of a buzzword or a catchphrase that you hear being used a lot nowadays. But I think that's because we all feel so caught up in our world, running around from one thing to the next. School, work, family, all the obligations that we go through every day, the things we have to do. We get caught on the hamster wheel, and we get on autopilot, and we stop thinking. We really stop thinking. We just go and do. And mindfulness is it's taking that step back and pausing and raising your awareness of what's going on around you. So today we're going to learn a little bit more about mindfulness, some practices or techniques you might want to incorporate into your life to help you raise your awareness and connection to the world around you. So let's learn a little more about mindfulness. Mindfulness. What is mindfulness? I certainly hear this term used a lot nowadays. What does it really mean? Where did it come from? And how could you be more mindful in your own life? Mindfulness is a practice in which you focus on being just acutely aware of everything you're sensing and feeling in a particular moment of time. and you do not try to put any judgment or interpretation on what you are experiencing. Some ways of practicing mindfulness involve different breathing techniques, meditation, guided imagery, other different types of practices to help you relax your mind and body and lower your stress levels. We all spend a lot of time problem solving, daydreaming, running negative thought patterns or random thoughts through our minds, especially the negative thought patterns that we run about our lives, ourselves. These things are very exhausting. And it makes us much more likely to get anxious and stressed out, depressed. So practicing mindfulness techniques can help you direct your thoughts away from negative thinking and be more involved with the actual world around you. There are a lot of ways you can practice mindfulness, just trying to live in the moment. Just intentionally trying to recognize where you are right now, what's around you, who is around you, and how do you feel about it? Again, without judgment, without any sort of interpretation of it. And pay attention. Just slow down a bit. Use your senses, all 6 or even more of them that you may have, and just take it in. Accept yourself. Like, really love on yourself. And think about how you treat the people in your life that you love, your friends or family members, and treat yourself that way. It's something we've talked about a lot. And there are a lot of breathing techniques that can also help you turn your attention and your focus away from the distractions and help you just slow down and get in touch. And all of these mindfulness techniques are great ways to help you connect with your root chakra. So mindfulness is really just about paying attention to yourself, to all the wonderful things around you. One of the founding fathers of mindfulness in Western culture is John Kabat-Zinn. He founded the Stress Reduction Clinic and the Center for Mindfulness in Medicine, Healthcare, and Society at the University of Massachusetts Medical School. And he is also a founding member of the Cambridge Zen Center. And he has been instrumental at combining some of the ideas of the East and bringing them into Western culture in a way that makes sense to Westerners that they can apply in their own lives. Now, one of his great teachers that he studied under was Thich Nhat Hanh. Thich Nhat Hanh was a Vietnamese Buddhist monk, activist, author, poet, teacher. He was the founder of the Plum Village tradition, the inspiration for what is known as engaged Buddhism. He is called the father of mindfulness. And he was a major influence on the Western practice of Buddhism and mindfulness. And he did pass away in January of 2022. So, even though mindfulness has its origins in Buddhist meditations, John Kabat-Zinn has brought it to the Western world and has made a secular practice of mindfulness that has really been entering the American mainstream. And a lot of his work has been done at University of Massachusetts Medical School, where he founded his mindfulness-based stress reduction program. And because of this, we have seen mindfulness come really into the medical mainstream in places like Mayo Clinic and Harvard Medical School. So research is showing that mindfulness practices really do help you with things like stress, anxiety, pain, depression, hypertension, insomnia. It can help improve your attention, your sleep. It can help with diabetes control. It can help with job burnout. So there are many, many benefits that we're seeing, even things like helping with asthma and fibromyalgia. And these things are all being found at very reputable places like Mayo Clinic and Harvard Medical School. And of course, University of Massachusetts Medical School, where John Kabat-Zinn has his program. So I think we're seeing medical and emotional and spiritual reasons why putting mindfulness into practice in your life, taking these moments to just unplug, become one with everything around you, be aware of the birds, of the leaves rustling, of the sounds of whatever environment you are in. Taking that time, listening, feeling, tasting, touching, experiencing, without judging, without interpreting, just allowing whatever it is to be. It is very critical with our very technological lives, computers, phones, and the amount of time we spend wrapped up in them, that we take time for our minds to unplug, to lift beyond, and just allow ourselves to exist in the moment. So let's talk about some specific techniques that you can use to help you with your mindfulness. The first is the body scan. When you are doing the body scan, you are basically checking over your entire body, again, without judgment. So you're turning off some of those negative things that you like to think about your body. Just lie on your back, comfortably with your legs and arms spread out. Maybe put your palms up and slowly focus your attention very carefully on each part of your body, starting at your toes and working your way all the way up. And while you're doing it, make sure you are cognizant and you are aware of anything you're feeling, physical sensations, emotional feelings, or thoughts associated with each part of your body. Just be aware of them, but don't judge or react to them. Just let them be. You could also try a sitting meditation, where you sit in a comfortable position, perhaps in a chair. You could put your feet on the floor with your hands in your lap, or if you like, sitting on the floor in a lotus position. Breathing in through your nose, out through your mouth, focusing on your breath coming in and out of your body. If something interrupts you, a physical sensation, a thought, a feeling, just make a brief note of it and get right back to focusing on your breath. Don't berate yourself or be upset. If you have a lapse, just say, "Oh, okay," and get back to it. You can try a walking meditation. Just find a place where you can walk quietly without being bothered, and walk slowly, and think about how it feels to just walk. Raise your awareness of the sensations of standing and the little feelings you need to keep your balance, and keep walking. And when you reach the end, you can turn around and walk back, or just continue walking. But when you're doing a walking meditation, you might want to just not only be aware of the feelings and the sensation of your body as it's moving through space, but also the space you're moving through. Take it in, enjoy it, be a part of it. Are you walking through a forest? Are you walking down a hallway? Wherever it is, be aware, take it in. You are a part of that space while you are walking through it. So how often should you practice mindfulness? Well, that's going to be up to you. These simple exercises and many of these practices can be done just about anywhere. And I think some of the research has shown that engaging your senses and practicing mindfulness in outdoor settings is particularly helpful and beneficial. So try to get out in nature a little bit. And when you're doing some of the more structured ones, such as the body scan or the sitting meditation, you will need to set aside a little bit of time. Make sure you find a quiet place without distractions or interruptions. I personally enjoy doing these types of activities first thing in the morning. If you are able to set aside 5 or 10 minutes even as part of your morning routine, I find setting aside a few moments each morning to practice mindfulness helps me get my day off to a good start and make sure I'm in the right frame of mind. So whatever way you choose to practice mindfulness, I hope you take a few minutes each day to just be aware, look around, take it all in. And you know the last thing I'm going to say, be grateful for anything and everything you have in your life. Well, I hope you enjoyed seeing a lot of those wonderful techniques that you can use and learning a little bit more about how you can put mindfulness into practice in your life to help keep you grounded. There's one more technique that I wanted to show you today. It's actually a breathing technique, and it's one that I found as a singer, one that I used to use with my little voice students, and one that just in general helped me with breath control and things like that. But it is also very meditative. So I want to show you this little breathing technique. If you ever start to feel like you're very stressed or you're really caught up and you can't unplug, maybe try this, because you can do this any place. Really, just about any place. It's very simple. You very slowly breathe in for a count of 10, and then you very slowly breathe out for a count of 15. So the counting and the breathing and then the controlling the breath, especially on the out count, are all things that help start to unplug your mind, because you have to focus on those little tasks. That's a lot of what meditation does. It helps you unplug from all those other big things going on making you crazy, because you're just focusing on a simple task that's not really that important. Well, breathing is important, but you know what I mean. It's just a small task that we take for granted. So we're going to try this breathing technique, and we're going to do it a few times. We're going to breathe in for the count of 10, and we're going to blow out for the count of 15. Really trying to control it so you have enough to let it out all the way. Here we go. Breathing in. And out. Let's do another. Breathing in. And out. And I think you can see, if you do those, anytime you start to feel stressed, I've literally been in a crowded place or starting to feel a little panicky somewhere with things going on and just done a few of those, and I'll tell you what, it will calm you down, it'll make you more aware, it'll bring you back into your body and ground you back into your breath, into your body, so you don't start to panic or lose track of what you're supposed to be doing and start thinking about all the stuff, all the minutia, all the crazy little stuff. So there's one more little trick you can try, a little breathing exercise for you, and if you do any kind of singing or anything, it will help you with your breath support and breath control. So there's another little thing for you to try. And this week we have a fantastic giveaway. I have this wonderful book, Practicing Mindfulness, 75 Essential Meditations to Reduce Stress, Impact Mental Health, and Find Peace in the Everyday. So this is up for grabs. And by the way, don't tell anyone, but inside the front cover, I'm putting the code for a $25 Amazon gift card. So if you win the book, you also get the gift card. And good news, I have 2 new blank journals out, a Moon Magic journal and one on being mindful. So I'll probably be tossing some of those in as well. And don't forget, all of my blank journals and coloring books are for sale on Amazon.com. Just search for Meg's Magical Mansion. And to enter, just comment down below, What do you think about mindfulness? Is it something you're practicing in your life, or maybe something you might want to start practicing? Anything in today's episode resonate with you? Comment down below about the idea of mindfulness, and you'll be entered for our drawing. So get your entries in before Sunday, July 3rd at noon Eastern Standard Time, when I will be picking our winner by random drawing, and I'll make sure and put up a short so you'll know who gets the book, the gift card code, and the blank journals. What a lovely gift package. And in the words of Buddha, 1,000 candles can be lit from a single candle, and the life of the candle will not be shortened. Happiness never decreases by being shared. And thank you for sharing your time and attention with us here today at Meg's Magical Mansion. If you had fun, why not give us a like or a share? You could subscribe, and if you're already subscribed, why not get a friend to subscribe? And don't forget to ring the bell so we can let you know when we post new episodes. And look this weekend for a special meditation on being mindful. And we'll see you back here next week for more fun and adventures at Meg's Magical Mansion.
You know, it's so important to always pay attention and be mindful of the things that are going on around you. What was it happening there?